Hello and happy March, everyone. So, I am recording this from New Zealand. Many of you know that I'm here hosting a retreat this week and then spending almost 2 weeks more celebrating my birthday. And so, yeah, March is it's an interesting month. I love March always because, of course, it's my birthday. But there's a couple things that we want to be aware of in March besides my birthday. And one of those is it is National Women's Day on March 8th. And I would like to kind of relabel it a feminine day, right? I know it's Women's Day, but feminine day, right? So really honoring the feminine, and everybody has a divine masculine and feminine within. So this year, one of the big things that I talked about in January's slash 2024 video is that this year is really about um, integrating that divine masculine and feminine. So many of us in February, and again, a reminder, February was the card of reflection, and this month is the card of reason. So very interesting. Reflection was all about actually getting in touch, slowing down, and getting in touch with our intuition, which is the feminine. And also part of the feminine is the reflection period going inwards was about tending to those deeper layers of past wounds that were calling for deeper healing. Now in March, we have this divine father card, I'm going to call it the card of reason. And yeah, this is so interesting. So the way it's meant to work, not the way we've been conditioned, is the divine feminine brings us guidance. We're to tap into our divine feminine, our intuition, and receive guidance on how to move forward. And then the masculine, the divine masculine, is meant to carry it out, take the actions, the inspired actions that are necessary to carry out the divine feminine's intuitive guidance. So we also have, I'm weaving this all together, we also have the spring equinox this month. I believe it's on, in the Northern Hemisphere, the USA, it's March 19th. And so spring equinox is really about new beginnings and planting the seeds, beginning to take actions for what's new, activating, whatever word you want to use. So we're taking that guidance from the feminine, and now we're beginning to tap into that divine masculine energy, not shadow masculine, divine masculine energy, and asking ourselves, okay, now what do we, what inspired actions are we being guided to take? And yeah, what are those steps forward that we're now meant to do out in the world? And of course, as always, we're going to continue to clear out what I call that shadow masculine feminine so that we can take the inspired actions and follow that divine feminine guidance, intuition. So you want to think about that divine masculine helps to bring structure to the guidance of the divine feminine and intuition. And we want to be really careful not to move into that shadow masculine. So many of us are going to have to really be working with that this month. And the shadow masculine is what I call the perfectionist, the pusher, the striver. Many of you know I teach the 3 Ps. Those are really big to be clearing out this month. And yeah. So in a nutshell, that's what's happening. We also have the new moon on March 10th and the full moon on March 25th to support us. I'll be giving more guidance on that. For those of you that are part of one of my paid programs, I do a weekly guidance on Mondays that I send out. But just know that that's when those are. And so the questions we really want to look at, ask ourselves is, am I in my shadow masculine, right? Am I helping to bring structure, taking inspired actions, but not doing it in a way where it's pushing and striving? That is so the old way. We're done with that. No pushing, no striving, and not in a perfectionistic way either. We know that doesn't work, right? From a soul perspective, there are no mistakes, there are no failures. And many people don't want to move forward with taking inspired actions until they have a guarantee. And that's never going to happen. We never have a guarantee. But that's your perfectionist. So let's see if there's anything else I meant to bring. Ah, yes. So I'm also meant to mention this. So this is the year 8 of soul, what I call soul power and success. And again, it's going to look much different than the ego, what I would call ego power and success. And so we're not looking to have power over others, and we don't want our divine masculine to fall into the shadow masculine where it kind of takes over, right? We have that shadow. Um, we're working with that so that we can integrate that divine masculine and feminine. And this is going to be a big month to do that, right? We had the feminine and we have the masculine, and we're going to be moving forward together. It's a team, right? It's a team. So, in a nutshell, that's what's happening in March. And I don't know about you guys, but as we're doing this, as we're integrating, right? As we're stepping into the divine masculine feminine, as we're integrating, learning to be that divine parent for ourselves, there can be some internal struggles. And there can also be what I call ascension symptoms, that were with the releasing of these old paradigms and old belief systems and fears. They have to be released from the body. And you can tell my throat's a little bit right now. And it's not just because I've been talking for the past 5 days. This is the last day of the retreat. We're actually getting ready to go out to dinner at Sage Restaurant in Russell, New Zealand. And but yeah, my throat, it started a few days before the retreat, because every time I do a retreat, you guys, I get an upgrade too, like everyone who comes. And so yeah, I've really had a lot of throat stuff up to go, expressing my truth, giving guidance to others, letting fear of that go, like all of it. Yeah, my 6-year-old who was afraid to tell the truth. So I'm just saying that because you might also be in a place where you're having a lot of symptoms come up. Just know that that's often a sign of things leaving. It can often also be a sign that you are resisting guidance and out of alignment with your soul. If you haven't yet, you might want to go. I know there's many people that are new to my community. You might want to go to my podcast and listen to the Divine Masculine Feminine podcast, or re-listen to it, as well as the Illness is a Messenger. I knew there was something else I'm forgetting. This is also National MS, Multiple Sclerosis Awareness Month. And pretty much everyone here knows that I had MS and I've healed it, but I'm still very passionate about helping bring awareness, right? So anybody dealing with MS or an autoimmune disorder, it really comes back to, how are you not loving yourself? Or how are you attacking yourself? And that is something to reflect on, I think, for everybody, but especially if you have an autoimmune disorder. I'm also going to be putting out some special things this month, given that it's my birthday, given that it's National MS Awareness Month. National Women's Day is this month, spring equinox. So if you haven't already signed up for my free community and the email for my free community, I highly recommend you do that. I'll put the link below, because I'm going to be putting some special stuff out very soon. My birthday's on the 8th, so stay tuned. And yeah, just wishing you a beautiful March, spring equinox, divine feminine day. Yeah, it's exciting times, and I also just want to remind you guys that we have so much divine support, unseen and seen on this planet. I call it the divine team that are here to support us. So don't forget to ask for that support consciously, seen and unseen. And yeah, I think that feels complete for now. So sending you lots of love from New Zealand for the next few weeks. I won't be back to Hawaii until March 15th. I'll also be posting photos up on Instagram and Facebook, so make sure to follow me there as well. All right, love you guys, sending you tons of courage and love and compassion. Mwah.